43 people isolated in Plateau State. Okay, welcome back, everyone. And it's really, really getting serious. It's really, really getting bad. Now we're having 43 people isolated in Plateau State, that is quarantined in Plateau State. Now, I'm not trying to get anybody scared. I'm not trying to get people to panic or anything like that. Panicking is probably even worse than actually reacting in a proportionate manner to the issue or any other thing. Panicking makes things worse. That is, you're not going to be able to react in a way that's going to be proactive, in a way that's going to be able to help you to solve the problem. So panicking is not going to be the way out for people to solve this problem. But now, remember, just a couple of days ago, we have the first case confirmed in Nigeria, in Lagos State. And the Italian man actually traveled to Ogun State, probably infected a couple of people there too. Hopefully not, but this thing is airborne. And in fact, it's not just because it's not only when you inhale it, also if you are there and the thing can actually infect your eyes, every part of you that has mucous membrane or things like that, it can be infected. So not only the nose, so it's very easy for you to just cover your nostrils and all of that, but you can still get infected if it gets into your eyes. I know it sounds very childish, but that's the reality. This thing is very dangerous. Now, I grant you the death rate, or at least the mortality rate, is very low compared to some other diseases. I think it's lower than that of flu, but it's still very, very dangerous. It's pretty dangerous. I mean, people are panicking all over the world. Different countries are panicking. People are closing their borders. Things are happening all around. I mean, just a couple of days ago, also in San Francisco, the city of San Francisco in the United States, in California, that's where you have the Silicon Valley. That city actually declared a state of emergency, even though they had not had any case there. They declared a state of emergency in order to solve this problem. And also, that was also one of the reasons why actually congratulated the state of Lagos for having put in some things before we had the first case in Lagos. Now, most Nigerians probably believe that we have deficiency in treating things like this or dealing with things like this. But the problem is not so much about having the deficiency. The problem is that this thing is very, very contagious. It's very, very contagious. Yes, the lower ability to be able to handle things like this is going to tell on us in Nigeria, but it's very contagious. Even in developed countries like the United States, it's spreading. I mean, just today, they've had like about four cases of coronavirus infections confirmed, and they don't even have any way of tracing them back to people that they know before or people that have been confirmed before. So you have people getting infected now that you don't even know the source. You don't even know how they got it. You don't know how many people have gotten it from them. You don't know how many people that the person that gave it to them gave also. So it's really getting very terrible. I mean, this thing is reaching the level of a pandemic. So that's the problem right now. So now we have 43 people again, 43 people in Plateau State. And of course, the authorities are saying that these people didn't go to Jos. They were quarantined in some of the local areas, some of the rural areas in the state, not in Jos. Of course, I guess one of the reasons why they're trying to do that is so that they don't disrupt the flow of commercial activities in Jos and the flow of things in Jos. Because if people suddenly discover that the thing is in Jos, yeah, some people are going to panic because Jos is probably a whole lot more congested, a whole lot more populated than some of those rural areas. So it's best for them to just quarantine them in the rural areas. We have 5 Chinese people there. We have some Nigerians, and it's not looking very funny. It's very serious. Many people should take this thing very seriously. Things are getting very dicey with this virus. I know some people are making memes and making jokes about it on Twitter. Yes, I guess you can have fun for a while, but the fact is, this is not a thing of joking. I mean, it's not a joking matter. It's very serious. Let's take this thing very serious. Let's take precautions. Wash your hands very carefully. Now, for those people that don't know the reason why they're washing their hands, it's because you might have touched a surface that has been touched by somebody infected. Now, the person may not be coughing, the person may not be sneezing all around, the person may not even have any symptoms right now. But if the person has got it, maybe through the sweat or something like that, you could actually contract it by touching a surface the person has touched. By the time you put that surface maybe on your face, in your mouth, or whatever. So always wash your hands very well with disinfectants constantly. That's not going to do much in preventing it because, like I said again, it's also airborne. So even if you wash your hands every day, all day, it's airborne. If you are staying close to somebody that is not symptomatic, that is somebody that is not displaying the symptoms, So even if you're staying close to somebody that is not symptomatic, that is somebody that is not displaying the symptoms, somebody that doesn't have visible symptoms of the disease, it doesn't mean that you could not have contracted it. This thing is very contagious. This thing is very serious, and it can spread from people not showing anything. So, and also one of the things you need to realize is that some of these confirmed cases are just the cases that have been detected, the cases that have been seen. There are probably a whole lot more people that people don't even know about, that the Center for Disease Control doesn't even know about. And it's only if they have been tested, or people in that area have been tested, that may be able to figure out some of those people in that area that have the disease. So even if you are having just one person right now that has been confirmed to have the disease, that's the Italian guy. You don't know how many people already has the disease. And of course, we understand that in Nigeria, many people don't go out for medical checkup. Many people don't even try to do things like that. So probably a whole lot of people are already living with the disease, maybe in the mild case, spreading it all around. And people just think it's just a common cold. Yeah, it's very dicey. It's very problematic. Always realize 80% of the people that have the disease don't have the severe state of it or the severe version of it. It's usually going to be the mild case, probably going to think it's just a common cold, sneezing, coughing, and things like that. Nobody's going to think big about it. And also, most people probably not going to want to ostracize people around them, push them away, and act like a jerk simply because the person is sneezing now. You don't know, you might be the one sneezing tomorrow. You don't want to be seen as this jerk that's pushing everyone away simply because they're coughing or sneezing while they probably don't really have the disease. But try to err on the side of caution and all of that. But again, it's serious. It's serious for the three people getting quarantined in Plateau State. Well, it's very serious. Make sure you take care of yourself, get some supplies, make sure that you have everything you need for the period. You might get quarantined, your area might get quarantined, especially people in Lagos. That place is very congested. If anybody already has it there, it's probably already spread around. So make sure you have supplies for a couple of days around. Because if you get quarantined, you're not going to be able to go outside to buy things anymore. And if it becomes a major disaster, or if Lagos State should declare a state of emergency, there's a very big problem you're going to have with that, because it means people are going to rush the stores and get supplies, and you may not be able to get that. You may not be able to fight enough and fight strongly enough to get your own part from the grocery stores and all of that. So no problem. And make sure you subscribe. I'll be giving you the updates every minute, or as long as there is a new update on the issue. And make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share the video with your friends, and like the video and click on the notification bell. Thank you very much. We'll be seeing you guys next time.